Hey guys, it's Eric with LeatherSeats.com. In today's tech tip video, we're going to be upgrading the factory door panels on a 2018 Tesla Model 3. We recently finished developing both seat upholstery patterns for the new Tesla Model 3. In the process, our client asked us if we could also upgrade the door inserts to match the rest of his bespoke interior. We've actually already wrapped 3 out of the 4, and in today's video, we're going to take you through the process of removing, wrapping, and reinstalling the door insert component on that 4th door panel. But before I get started, I'm going to send you back to Braden, and he's going to take you through the process of removing the factory door panels from the vehicle.
Hey guys, this is Braden with LeatherSeats.com. As Eric mentioned, we're rewrapping the door panels to match the seat upholstery we're installing in this Tesla Model 3, and I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to remove the door panels for installation. The first thing you're going to want to do is roll the window down all the way. Unplugging power from the master window switch will raise the window about 1 inch. If the window is up and the power is turned off, the Model 3's active window system will be disabled and the glass could break if you close the door.
Alright guys, with the door panel off the car, the first thing we have to do is take a look at what we're going to have to release to get the door insert and the armrest out. As you can see, there's a ton of attachments here. Traditionally, people probably would refer to this as a plastic weld, but it's essentially more like a plastic rivet. Initially, from the factory, this was a cylinder of plastic attached to the door insert. They pushed it through the bracket hole, melted that cylinder down, mushroomed the head, and that caused a mechanical attachment between the insert and the core door panel. Most shops would probably use a plastic welder, either an iron or an air torch, to heat up this mushroomed head and work that back into a cylinder shape so that they can back the door insert out of the core door panel. All right, so that's the plastic welding method. I used the air torch to work each of these 3 attachment points back into a rough cylinder shape, and if I did that 37 times, I'd be able to get both components out of the door panel. From there, I could wrap them, stick them back in the door panel, and I'd be welding them back in using a traditional plastic welding iron at all 37 of those points. I say welding specifically because the core plastic and the door insert plastic are both polypropylene, which means that plastic welding iron is going to create pretty much a permanent bond at each of those 37 points. That whole process is really time consuming, and if I ever wanted to get the door panel insert out for any reason, I'd have even more of a mess than I had the first time. So today I'm going to show you an alternative method. It doesn't require a plastic welder. We're going to use this 2-part adhesive made for bonding plastic. To start with, we're going to use a drill to drill out each of these cylinders, both to clean out any excess plastic and to rough up the inside to receive the 2-part adhesive. All right, so we've got all the holes filled with the plastic welder adhesive. It's fully cured, but before I go ahead and grind these welds flush to release the components from the door panel, I'm gonna pre-drill some pilot holes for the stinger screws that we'll use for attachment later. So I've got the door armrest and insert component removed from the door panel. The next thing I need to do is separate those parts from each other, and then from there we can remove the factory upholstery. With the factory suede removed, you can see that there's still foam on the face of the door panel insert as well as on the sides. I really am not going to have to do anything to the face because we're wrapping this panel with a quilted insert. It has a high ILD 1/4 inch foam on the backing of that quilted panel, and so that's going to cover the face of this door panel no problem. The only thing I'll have to do is take down a couple of these places where I had a drill through on the face and the two-part adhesive has squeezed through. I'll just have to work that even with the face of the door panel. I will need to take down the foam on the sides of the door panel insert though. I don't have any spare tolerance on this install. The leather that we're wrapping this with is actually thicker than the suede that came off even with this foam backer. So I need to get this down to the raw plastic around all of the edges. All right, so we've got our glue layers built up on both the door insert cover and the door insert panel, pretty much ready to install. You probably noticed that the foam on the door insert cover is actually smaller than the leather itself, and that is intentional. We actually did a lot of testing to develop a pattern for the foam so that we could laser cut it to a specific size that would compensate for how much it was going to shrink during the quilting process. Basically, that allows us to make sure that the foam does not extend over the edge and wrap around the edge of this door insert component. If it did do that, it would be pretty much impossible to install back in the door later. There's just not enough room for leather and foam on those two parts. All right guys, we got the driver's side door finished up. The door insert and armrest are both fully reinstalled. We use that two-part adhesive to fill all the plastic welds rather than the traditional plastic welding method. And overall, I really like that process. I will say that if you're going to use that product, you do need to test it on the plastics that you're trying to bond. We found in this project that it bonded really well to ABS, but with the polypropylene on the door insert, we actually had to rough up those plastic welds quite a bit more in order to get good adhesion. We hope you found this video to be helpful. If you do have any questions, you can always call us toll-free at 866-NEW-SEAT, or you can email us at sales@LeatherSeats.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.